want to give a full explanation of a tweet that I once posted that I would later see on people's t-shirts. No, I wasn't paid for that. They just did it. That's fine. The quote is, "The good thing about science is that it's true whether or not you believe in it." And that, so to say that properly requires more sentences than that. That's like the Twitter version of a kind of truth I want to share with you. And that's a scientific truth. A scientific truth is an objective truth. It's a truth that exists outside of yourself. All right, so an example of that would be, Earth has gravity, and we measure this. And we have machines that measure this, whether or not we are attending to the machines. And we know how this works, we can predict with it. You cannot cherry pick the laws of gravity. You cannot repeal the laws of gravity because last month you gained 10 pounds and you're angry with it, right? The laws of physics and other discoveries of science come about not because we wish they were true, but because they're demonstrated to be true. We conduct experiments. I conduct an experiment, you conduct an experiment, she conducts an experiment. And by the way, not all experiments point to the same answers. Occasionally, we get 3 different answers. That means we are on the trail of nothing, okay? That happens often in science, on the frontier of science. But here's how it unfolds. I perform an experiment. I say, I think this is kind of true, but I'm not sure. You perform an experiment. Say, you're using different apparatus because you don't really trust my apparatus. You one of your own design. You make measurements. It kind of agrees with what I did. And then she makes a measurement with from another country with different voltage in the wall, and the experiment is of her design, and they get kind of the same result as well. And this trend continues. Eventually, you reach a point where doing the experiment is no longer interesting because you know what the answer is going to be in advance. At that point, we have an emergent scientific truth, an objective truth. These are the truths that affect everybody. That's different from a subjective truth. A subjective truth is something you know is true within yourself, but there's no real way to show that to anybody else. It's like within you. You can feel love for someone. You can have a spiritual experience, a religious experience. These are happening within you. And it's hard, if not impossible, to get someone else to have that same experience. It's within you. That's a subjective experience.